Now, has the Swiss government failed so badly to combat climate change that its consequences violate the human rights of Swiss people? That is the claim being made by thousands of retired Swiss women, and their case is being heard at the European Court of Human Rights today. Among their arguments, the women say their age and gender places them among the highest risk groups of temperature-related mortality. The case is expected to run for several weeks. With more, here's John Saracostas reporting from Geneva.
The case ended up in the European Court of Human Rights after all the measures were exhausted in the Swiss courts. The final decision that went against the applicants was in May 2020 by the Swiss Federal Court, the highest court in the land. And the complainants are arguing that climate change has triggered heat waves, and that poses a serious risk to their health. The average age of the applicants is 73, some are as old as 89, many with cardiovascular diseases, and they're saying the measures taken by the government have not been sufficient and it undermines their rights, and citing various clauses of the Swiss Constitution, in particular Article 10 of the Constitution concerning health. So that is where it is. They were not very happy. So they've now taken it to Strasbourg, and they're asking the court to make a decision on human rights violations related to climate change. They're saying until now the court, even in Strasbourg, has not ruled on this.
Well, the women have already lost 2 legal battles in the Swiss courts, haven't they? So legally, is this their last chance of proving the government is violating their human rights?
Well, it's a test case. They're looking for a legal precedent, and it remains to be seen how the judges will come down and what they will decide. But looking at violations, the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, in its interpretation of the right to health and human rights, has mentioned, for instance, that it's not only the right to health for appropriate health care, but also health, occupational and environmental conditions. So the question is, will the judges come down in the evolving interpretation that climate change and adverse environmental impacts can severely affect people's health? If they come down in that, that will be a global ruling of significance, and in particular for the 46 member states that are party to the European Court of Human Rights.